Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast.
Now back to Studio A and the award-winning Scott Michlin morning program on KSJE.
Wednesday morning, 8:50 a.m. We have an extra segment for you this morning because it is concert week with the San Juan Symphony. And when that happens, this other thing happens. Thomas Heuser arrives at the radio, and he is joining us this morning remotely, but always great to see him and hear from him. Thomas, good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Thank you for being with us. Of course, as I mentioned, a busy week for you. Your musicians are getting ready with their final rehearsals for the upcoming concerts this weekend on Saturday at Fort Lewis College at Durango, Sunday here in Farmington. It is the latest in the 40th season of the symphony.
It's exciting times, Scott. You know, season 40, we're calling Legacy in Harmony. And I feel like this concert this weekend is the embodiment of that harmony that we have here at the San Juan Symphony, bringing together our communities of Durango and Farmington around this great music. So we are really celebrating. As you mentioned, the musicians are getting their final preparations in before we meet this weekend for a concert we're calling We Are the Music Makers.
Excellent. And so talk to me what you have planned for this concert. So what voyage trip are you taking us on?
That's right. It is always something of a journey, Scott. So this particular program centers on some real masterpieces from the 19th and 20th century. Most notably, great work for chorus and orchestra by Edward Elgar called The Music Makers. So part of the inspiration for the title of this concert. And since we're bringing a choir together, it's a combination of the Caliente Choir of Farmington and the Durango Choral Society here in Durango. And so bringing together these, it's turning out to be about 95 singers, plus our celebrated guest artist, Deborah Nansteel, mezzo-soprano, a wonderful opera singer with whom I've worked and studied for many years. So the coming together with the symphony, Scott, the stage is going to be absolutely packed for this piece of music by Edward Elgar. The Music Makers centers around this text that's called Ode by Arthur O'Shaughnessy. It's an English poet, and it's most famously quoted in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Willy Wonka. We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams. And the composer Edward Elgar in the early 20th century really gravitated towards that message of music being a source of inspiration and a real voice for change. Even though he was a relatively private person, this is a grandiose work for chorus and orchestra that sets the entire ode poem. Again, there's so much romanticism here, Scott, some of the most sweeping, beautiful melodies, and a lot of quotes that I think our audiences will recognize by Elgar himself. He's quoting his own music from Dream of Gerontis, the Enigma variations, etc. So it's very dramatic, very inspiring, and again, when you have voices and orchestra coming together, it does feel like this incredible harmonization is happening. We can't wait to share it with our audiences.
Well, indeed, and I think you're really going to fill the hall, both halls, with that level of both vocal singing and musical playing from the symphony and the choirs.
It will be so dramatic, and I love that feeling of the full hall. We've had really enthusiastic audiences in both Durango and Farmington this season, and we're hopeful for that to continue. So please, those of you listening, spread the word. Come out on Saturday and Sunday to Durango and Farmington and hear this wonderful concert. But you're right, the music really fills the space, it fills our hearts, and especially with the voices, there's just that extra level of connection that I think a concert like this creates. So to set up the Elgar, we're playing a beautiful piece by Richard Wagner, one of the great opera composers from the 19th century. This is the Prelude and Liebestod, so the first and last pieces of music from his opera Tristan and Isolde. from the 1850s. Now, Wagner is famous for writing these enormous operas. His Ring cycle is about 15 to 17 hours of opera. It's played over several nights. Don't worry, we're not doing all of that. But Wagner has this incredible gift for lyricism and romanticism, and that's on full display here in the excerpts from Tristan. So with that kind of, again, emotional instrumental playing, highly romantic music, that propels us into this Elgar music makers. It's going to be such a beautiful evening of sonic richness. I just think it's the kind of concert that even if you're not a full-time symphony goer, this is going to be one that you really don't want to miss, just for the sheer beauty and awe of a performance like this.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it. And should we say it, Thomas Heuser? Should we say it? Is this concert babysitter worthy?
It is, Scott. We've always got to say that. Yes, we know that for our young families, parents out there with kids, you go that extra mile. It is babysitter worthy. We love saying this. Make it a night on the town. Go out to dinner afterwards or before, whatever works with your schedule, and just make it a night. Because I think every night at the San Juan Symphony is special. We talk about this all the time. They're really once in a lifetime performances. So we want to make sure that it's on your calendars and that everyone feels like they're invited to come out and experience this.
Very true, very true. And to see all of our friends and neighbors on stage, whether they're playing an instrument or singing in the choirs that you mentioned, it's another great treat to be able to bring all these folks together from our communities. And I am neglectful to say that I am still a board member of the San Juan Symphony, proud to be on the board. So I appreciate that connection as well, and appreciate all the work that you and the staff does to bring these great concerts to the communities throughout the year. And to learn more about the concert, you've got another event scheduled for tonight, and also before each concert this weekend. We want to mention that real quick as well this morning, correct? You'll be at the Powerhouse in Durango tonight.
That's right. Tonight at the Powerhouse in Durango from 6 to 7 p.m., I'll give one of my musically speaking lectures. These are informal conversations about the upcoming concert, and I'll be able to play some musical excerpts and answer questions and kind of get us mentally prepared for this incredible program. So that's tonight. It's free. There's a cash bar, some snacks. It's a really fun time, and those have been really popular of late. But then you're right, 1 hour before each concert in Farmington and Durango, I'll give a shorter 30-minute pre-concert talk to, again, just sort of set the stage, get everybody on the same page in terms of the history and the background that goes into this. And those folks that have been attending these have told me that it really heightens the listening experience. You know, you've got these little bits of information to then hang the music on as it goes by. And it's very helpful for some, and also just fun. You know, we have a good time with these. They're very informal. And we always appreciate it when folks come out and attend these lectures. So yes, tonight, 6 p.m. in Durango, and then 1 hour before our concerts on Saturday and Sunday.
Very good. So that would be, 6:30 p.m. on Saturday, November 8th at Fort Lewis College Community Concert Hall, and then 2 p.m. on Sunday, November 9th here in Farmington at the Henderson Performance Hall to catch those pre-concert lectures with Thomas Heuser. And, of course, that's just part of the symphony offerings. There's so much more going on with the San Juan Symphony. We probably really need to go a full half hour with our conversations here, Thomas, to cover everything. But the other subscription concerts that'll be coming up, you've got another big one planned in February. I want to talk about that briefly while we still have some time this morning. That's coming up on the 21st and 22nd that weekend.
Yes, you are so right. We are incredibly busy, and happily so. You know, the old adage of better busy than bored. Nobody is bored here at the San Juan Symphony. And kudos to you, Scott, as well, for your service on the board. We are so grateful for everyone and their committed, advocacy and support of our nonprofit. And we are just in full swing here in 40th season. We've got this program that's on the screen there for February 2026. That's Mozart and the Romantics. We'll be playing Mozart's 40th Symphony in our 40th season. This has been a 3-year project to show off his last 3 symphonies, 39, 40, and 41. So the great 40th Symphony of Mozart is on the docket, and I'm pairing that with a number of different works by composers from different eras who really emulate that sort of intensity and romanticism of that late Mozartian style. So that's one you don't want to miss. Barber's Adagio for strings, beautiful music by Glazunov and Schubert and others that creates this incredible sound environment. around the Mozart. And then
Very good.
Keep going, Scott. The last season subscription concert in April of 2026, we're calling Billy and Rose Wild West Outlaws. That's April 11th and 12th of 2026. Billy the Kid, the iconic American tale as told through the ballet music of Aaron Copland. That's going to be the centerpiece alongside a new violin concerto called The Rose of Sonora, which features violinist Holly Mulcahy and composer George S. Clinton, who will be here to narrate his new work of Americana. It's a very iconic piece, very fun. So these two Wild West outlaws, Billy and Rose, will round out our 40th season. But before then, please check us out at sanjuansymphony.org. We've got The Majesty of Christmas coming up. Of course, in Durango, we're happy to accompany the State Street Ballet for a season of Nutcracker performances. As always, just so much going on with our youth orchestra program and education initiatives. So the San Juan Symphony is in full swing, Scott, and we hope everyone can take full advantage.
Very much so. Very much so. Well, Thomas, thank you so much. You fit it into our time. I appreciate it. We will see you this weekend at the concert hall.
See you there. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you very much. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.